45 years.
Coming up on Prime Time, the governor says an executive order regarding the all-rise payments is expected to be released soon. Plus, National Contractor was at a joint press conference aboard the HMS Queen Elizabeth. And search warrants detail what led to the closure of the Dedido contract postal unit back in April.
Good evening, everyone. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan, and thanks for tuning in. We begin tonight with breaking news as late this afternoon, Governor Lulian Guerrero has issued an executive order mandating that all government of Guam employees in the executive branch be vaccinated by no later than September 24th. For employees who decline vaccination, they will be required to take a weekly COVID-19 test. The recent surge in positive cases has the governor's physicians advisory group pleading with the community to continue to hold the line.
We should be very much concerned on the positive rate in Guam.
7 days after achieving adult herd immunity, in the past 4 days, Guam has recorded 111 positive cases of COVID-19. According to PAG chairperson Dr. Hoa Nguyen, they didn't see that coming.
We expect some positive to go up, but as a trend the past week or so, this is much more than we would expect.
Dr. Nguyen adds this recent spike in positives could now turn into a spike in hospitalizations.
We just expect for the worst, that probably next week you probably see more people in the hospital.
That's because a big number of recent positives, he says, have been unvaccinated individuals spreading it within their families. One of the greatest concerns he has is the impact it's having on children who aren't eligible to join the vaccination. Dr. Nguyen says most of the kids he's seen pop positive have been under 12.
So, we really ask the parents, if you know, I don't know, if you have the question of the vaccine, talk to your physician, talk to your provider, get the facts straight, get the vaccine for yourself and to protect your family. If people have children less than 12, you got to protect them. You cannot afford even lose one children because of the virus.
But what's happening isn't just about being vaccinated versus unvaccinated. It's about the entire community holding the line. Although restrictions have been limited, Thursday night, the Joint Information Center reminded the community to continue to wear their masks, stay home if you're sick and away from others who are sick, and practice social distancing from people not in your household and around elderly family members.
We all have to do our part.
The executive order to streamline all rise payments will be released soon. The governor says it will provide instructions to Rev and Tax to help expedite processing of applications by September 1st, but otherwise it will not lift the $30 million cap or extend the deadline. The governor adds that she's moving now only after getting direct reassurances from Deputy Treasury Secretary, who she met in her just completed trip to D.C., that ARP funds could be used for the All Rise program.
I asked him about our program, the RISE program, and that I wanted to quickly help our people and to be able to use those monies for that program. And he actually said that if the program is consistent with the law and is consistent with the interim rules, then we discussed it, and we persuaded him to sort of come our way. So.
Speaking of the ARP funds, the governor says she will not be sharing her spending plan with the legislature ahead of their budget discussions that will get underway soon. She says senators need to stick to projected general fund revenues in crafting their budget. She also cautions them not to try and incorporate ARP funds into their spending plan.
The ARP money is not part of the general funds, and what they need to do is to just go ahead with what they feel is their priorities and what they feel is the funding that's needed to effectuate those priorities.
Would you caution the senators then not to try to incorporate ARP funding into the budget, and would you veto a budget if they did?
They cannot appropriate ARP. There's been court decisions. Federal monies that are appropriated by the federal Congress directly to the states are not part of the authority of legislators.
Speaker Talahi had invited the governor to the legislature next week to outline her spending plan, but she declined. Meanwhile, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero is expected to hold a news conference next week to announce more details about her trips to the nation's capital and the many meetings she had with federal officials. Meanwhile, late this afternoon, senators discussed and quickly passed the payroll bills to amend the All Rise Act. One of the measures was introduced by Senator Jim Moylan to extend the deadline and increase the payments from $800 to $1,000 for individuals and from $1,600 to $2,000 for couples.
Another important change that you'll see in the substitute version is there is no cap. We should pay out all the qualified applicants. The governor has referred to the restrictions on the amount of money to be paid out by referring back to the original RISE Act, Public Law 135-36. So simply change it. Since the governor has yet to do so, this is why this no cap was included in the substitute version.
Despite passing the bill, several senators acknowledged that it is still solely up to the governor to make the payments, as she has the ultimate control over the federal American Rescue Plan funding. The flagship of the United Kingdom's Royal Navy is here. The aircraft carrier.
This program would run out of money, and if they did not get there first, it was first come, first serve. And then you're out of luck. It was really, I don't know, I felt like a desperate situation. Like, already they're in need, and we were making them desperate to line up, desperate to get there first, and desperate almost to clamor over each other. I mean, I hope we never do that again.
Despite passing the bill, several senators acknowledged that it is still solely up to the governor to make the payments, as she has the ultimate control over the federal American Rescue Plan funding. The flagship of the United Kingdom's Royal Navy is here. The aircraft carrier HMS Queen Elizabeth came into port at the naval station Guam. It's here along with its carrier strike group as part of a series of multinational training exercises that begun in May. The ship is captained by Commodore Steve Morehouse.
This is a hugely important visit for us. HMS Queen Elizabeth's first operational deployment. A big focus of that is working here in the Pacific with partners and allies. And what better way to do than to come to Guam, really demonstrate our global footprint.
You mentioned earlier that there will be a permanent Royal Navy presence in the Indo-Pacific area. Can you explain?
Yes, so one of the outcomes of a recent defence and security review in the United Kingdom was that we were going to base 2 warships in the region on a permanent basis. So they'll sail from the United Kingdom later this year and make their way out here.
Morehouse says the move is an indication that the ever-growing importance of the Indo-Pacific to global peace and prosperity.
From trade and commerce, you look at how economies in this region are growing. We all want to be here. We all want to be participating in that. But it's really important that there is rules and structures that we can all abide by, such that that commerce can take place unhindered. I think that's a really important thing. So a key element of this deployment is working with those like-minded nations, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, and we're all there to uphold international rules and laws.
While here, the crew of the various ships in the strike group will come ashore for liberty. In the news conference, Morehouse assures that those going ashore will have passed all COVID protocols. He says early media reports about infections aboard ship occurred many weeks earlier in different waters. The Attorney General's office is filing a lawsuit on behalf of the government against the KEPCO and Samsung E&C America Inc. Sarah Matsanani reports.
Last week, the Guam Environmental Protection Agency issued a notice of violation to Samsung E&C America for failing to follow its erosion and sediment control plan for their solar farm project in Manilao. As part of the approved plan, Samsung was supposed to construct 5 ponding basins to prevent stormwater runoff into adjacent properties, but Guam EPA only noticed 2 during their recent inspection. The failure to follow their plan led to the environmental damage to surrounding private properties and the historic and popularly visited freshwater Marble Cave. Although Guam EPA issued a proposed total penalty of $18 million, Guam law only allows a maximum penalty of $125,000. Quote, in continuing to deliver on our promise to better protect our environment, today we have taken action to hold those who harm Guam's natural resources accountable, said Attorney General Levin Camacho. AG Camacho added the amount of damages under the lawsuit are not limited by statute. Deputy Attorney General Fred Nishihara and Assistant Attorney General Joseph Perez are handling this matter on behalf of the OAG. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
The Guam Contractors License Board has completed its investigation into the Samsung solar farm project in Manilao, but it is waiting for additional information before issuing a fine. CLB Director Buddy Orsini says they are waiting for 2 revised sediment and erosion control plans in order to determine the amount. Out of 8 revisions to the plan, Samsung only turned in 6.
One revision can be 2 million, and another revision it can be 200,000. It varies. So we need those 2 revisions to be accurate as far as the amount is concerned.
Unlike Guam EPA's cap of $125,000 for fines, Orsini says the CLB has a much higher threshold and can impose a fine anywhere from $200 to half the value of the contract. In Samsung's case, the contract is worth over $200 million. The CLB was, however, able to issue a notice of violation. Orsini expects to hold a special session with the board next week to discuss the NOV and the fine. The Guam Environmental Protection Agency says they were shocked when they received the complaints about the flooding in the Marble Cave area because based on meetings and discussions with the solar farm contractor over the years, they were fully aware of what they were supposed to do to prevent runoff and erosion in the area. During Thursday's Guam EPA board meeting, Chief Engineer and Water Division Director Brian Burden says even as far back as March and June of last year, Samsung had asked for copies of previous NOVs issued to other companies.
I don't know what to make of that. I think that regardless of what reason they had asked to see the copies of those notices of violation, I think it's clear evidence that they knew that what they were supposed to do.
Also, during last night's meeting, Burden and Guam EPA Administrator Walter Leon Guerrero responded to criticisms that the agency appeared to have dropped the ball in monitoring the solar farm project. Both discussed the severe shortage in manpower and the difficulty to vacancies. The administrator said that when they recently put out a job announcement, only 1 person applied.
I'd really like to make sure that folks understand that our staff work very hard. They do not sit around on their butts doing nothing.
When people say that we're not doing our due diligence, I gotta tell them you're wrong. I mean, maybe you don't know what we're doing, but we are trying. And I don't understand why entry-level position you get 1 application. So, and I'll leave it at that.
Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
And instant prizes from Foot Locker and Burger King. Win the best-selling 2021 Toyota Corolla LE, the crossover SUV 2021 Toyota RAV4 LE, and the dynamic luxury SUV 2021 BMW X1. The more you shop, the more chance to win. In the Micronesia Malls, shop and win.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. It was search warrant documents for a safe that contained details unlocking the reasons behind the closure of the Dedido Contract Postal Unit.
Information contained in a search warrant provides details that led to the closure of the Dedido Contract Postal Unit back in April. According to court documents, it was on April 15th when Postmaster Tammy Shonen and Postal Supervisor Lynn Bautista were conducting an audit of the Dedido CPU and observed rifled mail and undelivered mail. Postal inspectors were contacted and responded. When they arrived, they noticed overdue mail lying on the floor and stacked against the wall. Postal inspectors also found an opened parcel with the contents missing, as well as items that appeared to have been taken out of parcels and attempted to be hidden. Quote, that is, the items were placed at the bottom of hampers with items piled on top. Inspectors also recovered 6 large flat-rate parcel boxes that were filled with empty packing from prior mailings. The postal inspector believed this to be an indication that an unknown individual stole and took mail from an authorized depository for mail matter and intended to deprive the owner, temporarily or permanently, of the use and benefit of the mail. The postal inspectors were able to interview the contract holder for the Dedido CPU, Desiree Young, who also holds the contract for the Jigo postal unit. Court documents state that she told inspectors that she wasn't aware of the thefts and stated she was living with the only other employee, Kenneth Cruz. Inspectors then went to the home of Young and Cruz in Jigo. When they arrived at the residence, they saw a large fire and saw boxes and other items being burned. According to court documents, inspectors asked Cruz why he was burning all the items, to which he responded he just needed to get rid of some trash. Inspectors asked him to put out the fire, but he told them he cannot because he really needed to burn the items. Court documents adding Cruz was uncooperative and denied any wrongdoing or knowledge of the thefts from the U.S. mail. Additionally, while at the Dedido Contract Postal Unit, inspectors found a safe that was believed to obtain postal property. Young and postal officials, however, were unable to open it. The safe was transported to the Barrigada Post Office to prevent the theft of postal property. Court documents add that all the mail from the Dedido Contract Postal Unit was removed and also transported to Barrigada. The Dedido unit was closed indefinitely. Young had agreed to meet with postal inspectors on April 20th. However, she did not make the meeting and, quote, did not answer any attempts to communicate with her. As reported, the Jigo Contract Postal Unit was also closed in April, but court documents did not provide information regarding its closure. The Jigo Post Office recently reopened under new management. The Dedido Contract Postal Unit remains closed till this day.
The new school year kicked off this morning for the Academy of Our Lady of Guam. Here's more.
The Academy of Our Lady of Guam, a college preparatory Catholic high school, welcomed 329 students to their campus Friday. The enrollment is slightly less than last school year, where there were a total of 343 students. This school year, Principal Iris Gaza said that the home of the Cougars will only have one model of learning, which is in-person instruction.
We recognize the difficulties that last year had, that we were faced with, specifically with students and learning online. A lot of them, it didn't really meet their needs in terms of getting the education that they needed. So we recognize that with the new situation that we're in now, we have the ability to bring our students back on campus. We're still following all of our safety protocols, wearing masks, using safe distance that's prescribed by the public health and the CDC, but we're still trying to be back to some semblance of what it used to be like, but still moving forward.
Gaza continues with other COVID-19 mitigation measures.
The students are advised to ensure they take their temperatures before they leave home so that they don't get sent home when they get here, their temperatures are taken before entering any of our buildings. You saw our scanner over there. That's only one of the many scanners that we use. We also have manual scanners that all of our faculty and staff have. We do have an isolation room available for students who are feeling any type of COVID symptoms. That includes the fever, the sore throat, the coughing. We have a health counselor who's been trained to actually provide or to do on-site COVID testing.
Other protocols enforced are the 3-foot distancing, which is a part of the guidelines from the CDC, plexiglass shields in the cafeteria, sanitization of all desks before and after each use, and assignments are submitted via online educational platforms.
In what the Navy calls the single largest contract so far, Marine Corps Base Camp Blaaz, a $546 million deal was awarded to a partnership led by Guam-based contractor Tech. The contract is for the construction of 5 multi-story bachelor enlisted quarters complexes. Each of the 5 BEQs include a 6-story tower that provides 300 billeting rooms. The project is funded by the Japan government as part of the agreement with the U.S. for the relocation of American troops out of Okinawa. Joining Tech in the contract are HDCC and Kijima LLC. Work is expected to be completed by May of 2026. You can try the taste of Texas at Taste in the Westin as the popular local restaurant presents its first ever Texas-style barbecue lunch buffet. Head chef Carl Lee says although the island definitely loves barbecue and has its own take on it, local residents are in for something different with Texas style.
Texas barbecue needs to take a long time, especially the brisket. I smoke 15 hours, almost 15 hours, yeah, yes. So very low temperature and slow cooking. And then a lot of smoke, the flavor there. That's why people like the Texas-style barbecue.
The Texas-style barbecue lunch buffet runs every Friday in August from 11:30 to 2:30. It includes a Texas barbecue board of slow-smoked meats, including hickory smoked brisket, pork belly, beef, and pork ribs, and a taco and slider smoked pulled pork corner. Go to westinguam.com for more information. For the past few weeks, the KUAM Care Force, along with Salvation Army and our community partners, have worked to fill the bus with school supplies and other items for the island's youngest and most vulnerable as they get ready for a new school year. Many from our generous community have stepped up with their donations. Tomorrow, we will have our finale here at KUAM Studios in Harmon as we start to fill the bus. You still have time to stop by and donate from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so stop on by and help us fill the bus. Coming up, Dave Delgado with your look at sports.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your 4th meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
KUAM News, in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau, brings you the Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase. Look out for this powerful symbol for visitors, island residents, and industry workers alike, as it represents establishments with a consistent global commitment to safety practices. Stamped with approval by the Guam Visitors Bureau and the World Travel Tourism Council. Every Monday on KUAM News will feature a different local business who's taken the Safe Guam and Safe Travels pledge to maintain health and safety standards to get Guam back on track. Log on to visitguam.com to see how your business can receive the designation, what businesses in our community are Guam Safe certified, and have the WTTC Safe Travel certified.
Summer is here, and at Cars Plus, we have the perfect Jeep for your summer adventures. Whether you're going off-road or just getting ready to hit the beach down south, make this the summer event you find your Jeep, like the 2021 Jeep Wrangler or the 2021 Jeep Gladiator. Equipped with Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Call us at 477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to schedule a test drive today. Cars Plus, driven by you.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the show tonight, I have an interview with swimmer Tassi Limtiako, who represented the FSM at this year's Olympic Games. Check it out. FSM swimmer Tassi Limtiako grew up on Guam and attended college in Japan. His dad is from Guam and his mom's from the FSM. He was born in the Federated States of Micronesia and chose to swim for FSM at the Olympic Games.
For me personally, like being born back there, of course I was raised on Guam, and I did have to choose. I was raised with an FSM passport, and I've never held a U.S. passport, so we just kind of stuck with that. And also my mom wanted me to represent FSM, so she kind of influenced me on that, and my dad agreed with her, so we just kind of stuck to it, and it all worked out for the best.
Tassi competed in Heat 1 of the men's 200-meter medley, finishing with a time of 2:07.69.
The result was definitely a lot better than I expected, just because, especially with the coronavirus pandemic, we haven't had any competitions. And I think leading up to this event, I didn't have as much race experience as I would have wanted, because the previous year we only had one competition, and for racing, it really, when you race, you kind of figure out how to really not just pace yourself, but what time to go out with, so that you're not going out too fast and you have enough for the back end. But overall, I was pretty happy with it.
He moved to Thailand in 2019, training under head coach Miguel Lopez and assistant coach Alexander Takano. Tassi has represented the FSM in Papua New Guinea, China, Russia, and Korea.
With no spectators in the stands, I thought it was going to be empty and really quiet. We wouldn't have that like pumping atmosphere, but it was still there because there were still so many people in the stands, just other athletes coming to watch, and they filled it up pretty well.
His goal is to help draw interest to the sport and help other FSM athletes to one day represent their country in the Olympics.
The Olympic Games village was amazing. I couldn't leave the village just for safety reasons, but just walking around and interacting with all sorts of different athletes and seeing like the best athletes from around the world, it was just breathtaking, I guess.
Tassi is under a scholarship with FINA with 13 other athletes from across the nation. He's looking forward to the Abu Dhabi World Championships in December.
Countries that don't have as many resources, such as like the Solomon Islands, which don't have a swimming pool, or the FSM, which is, we're limited to a 25-meter pool. They bring them here under the supervision, and they give them like the proper training facilities that we need. Because here we have, we have a 50-meter pool and a 25-meter pool, as well as really good gyms, and then also instructors and like a physiotherapist. It just gives us the best shot and to perform at our peak potential.
Don't forget NBC.com for all the updates from the Olympic Games. Tonight, April Ross and Alex Kleinman go for beach volleyball gold. It's a big night on the track for Team USA, headlined by Michael Norman's race for gold in the 400-meter final. And it's the men's park final in skateboarding, the Tokyo Olympics, tonight on NBC.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
Half a day.
Hi,
That will be $20, please.
I forgot my Mobile Smiles Driver's Rewards card.
No worries. You can now use your registered mobile number to earn points.
Can I use my mobile number to redeem rewards?
Sure, just show us your photo ID or driver's license.
That's easy.
Welcome back. It's week 3 of this great promotion from Uno Go called Office Party on Demand. Check out this week's winner.
Earlier this week, the hardworking staff over at the Superior Court of Guam's probation office was treated to a special office luncheon courtesy of The Point, located in the Sheraton Laguna Guam Resort, delivered right to their office from Uno Go. This week's winner entered the Uno Go Office Party on Demand promotion and scored a feast for 15 of her fellow probation officers.
My name is Faith Mendiola and I'm a probation officer for the Superior Court of Guam. My coworker Yvette saw the ad or the promo, and she asked us to download it to see if we were able to win an office party. So we all did it.
The all-inclusive lunch was delivered right to Faith's office entrance, courtesy of The Point at the Sheraton Laguna Guam Resort and the Uno Go delivery app.
Thanks Uno Go and the Sheraton for the lunch today.
To enter your team, all you have to do is register on the Uno Go app or website, follow Uno Go Guam on Facebook or Instagram, and send a direct message with your name, contact, and email address. You still have time to win. The promotion continues for the next few weeks with delectable lunch offerings still to come from Pika's, Ajisen, Sing's Cafe, and Beach and Shrimp. Good luck!
We here at KUM News continue to celebrate 65 years of First on Guam. And to commemorate this special occasion all week long on the link, there will be a trivia question where you can win a cool prize. All you have to do is call into the link with the correct answer. Today's question was, in the early days of KUAM, what popular variety show was hosted by a local businessman whose name was in the title? If you guessed the Alan Sex Show, give yourselves a round of applause and a big congratulations to this morning's winner, Ann Bernard. Remember to watch the link every weekday morning all week long for your chance to win. Good luck. And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of the birthday shout out from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
The first week of August is now in history books, my friend, and it's the end of the week, but happy birthday to Rosalie Barsania. We would like to say a very happy birthday to our baby girl with many more to come. Aw, we love you, says your family. That's a great shout out. Also, happy 21st birthday to Araya Deandra Salas Marquez. Mom and Dad send their love along with Shawnee, Liam, Ethan, and Angela. They're all very, very proud of you. Happy 21st. To Supermom, we say happy birthday, otherwise known to you and me as Sheila Del Rosario. We wish you many more blessings, and your family says they love you. We've also got some belated birthday wishes, starting with Matthew Javier, born on the 2nd. Happy birthday to this CrossFit-loving guy, and cheers to many more blessings. Love your family. Also, the family of Kainoa Ryan Del Rosario Javier. Happy 9th birthday to Kai. We love you, says your family. And Kekoa Rome Del Rosario. Happy belated birthday number 2. Kekoa was born on July the 30th. We love your tornado personality. Love the family. So, to the Javier and the Del Rosario families for those shout outs, great job. And happy birthday, one and all.
And it's that time of the week where we announce one lucky winner of a Cold Stone Creamery cake.
Congratulations and extended happy birthday wishes to Sophie Allison. Sophie was born on August the 5th and is this week's winner of a yummy Cold Stone Creamery ice cream cake. Sophie, please be safe out there, wear your mask, and when you pick up your prize, tell them KUAM sent you. Have a happy extended birthday from Cold Stone Creamery and enjoy your ice cream cake.
That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan. Thanks for watching